Hello everybody, I am JT Bear, and if you're seeing this video, that means you found your way onto my JT's Barefoot Outdoor Adventures channel. I'm going to mount this pretty much there. Whatever it counts as, this is the first piece of mail that JT Bear has received from somebody on YouTube, and I am super excited. Let's find out if it is what I think it is. Bring the camera on. Here is the one that did not get transplanted, and I pulled the suckers off for about the first foot or so. And as you can see, it's doing fairly well. Look at this duck here. He's kind of walking right up to me. I've already explained I don't have any of his currency. Doesn't seem to care that much. Although I guess it's her, isn't it? So it's time to find out if these little guys can make it in the real tank. Let's go get them ready. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets, place your bets. Will the koi eat them? Will they get sucked up in the pump? Will they continue to survive? So let's open this up and see for sure what they sent. So this must be the goodies. What do we have in here? Today, what I've got is we picked up some strained peas baby food, because these seem to be included in every single homemade fish food recipe that I've seen. I don't know how well it's showing up in the camera, but they're definitely getting a little more active in there, so try putting some on the water or shaking it out. I'm going to say that's fish activity.
True Confessions of Poindexter. Shh. You gotta tell nobody, but tell everybody. You know how this YouTube thing works. I watch a lot of musicals. It's true. I gotta sing. Alright, so I am out here this evening, and I am sneaking sort of through. Look at that, it's a photobomb opportunity. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's gone. I'm out here with Chox, and we are adventuring through the poorly lit streets of Penticton.
So fuzzy. It's so dark I can't focus on you.
Well, they can see what it's like when I don't have the glasses.
Well, there you go.
He told me that I've got to tell this joke. It's a little Johnny joke, and I'm going to be honest, I don't exactly understand what it's about, but yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you this joke. Just don't judge me, okay? I didn't make up this joke. Okay, so there's this kid, and his name is Little Johnny. And I ask myself, where have all the heroes gone? And then I look around, I finally find a phone booth, and how is Clark Kent supposed to get changed in that?
Okay, so in theory, this is the beginning of our first vlog. How do we feel about that?
I'm a little nervous.
A little nervous. I don't really know what this whole vlogging thing is about, but whatever, you know, she pushed me into it. So I was kind of wondering what would be a good way for me to approach the way I look at spirituality, because let's just face facts. They're not normal. My view of how the world works spiritually, yeah, it's far from normal. So I thought I would take this opportunity to finally plant those peach trees we were given a little while back. I probably should have gotten them in the ground quite a while ago, but it's just been so hot here, it's crazy. I just wanted to throw a quick kind of a warning video out there on how you can avoid 3 of the easiest mistakes to make when you're first setting up your aquaponic system. So I don't know if y'all remember, but I used to have a string going along here that was supporting the weight of my tomatoes. Notice that string now that has collapsed under the weight of my tomatoes. First off, I want to say I appreciate so much how many of you gave me immediate responses on how I could save that tomato, but that is not the way I chose to go. So, as some of you are aware, I've been experimenting and trying different foods that I can easily grow in the greenhouse, and trying to find basically an organic fish food diet. Alright, in all seriousness though, my gnome garden is looking a little overgrown, so I'm going to do some harvesting today. It's a little bit warm here today. That water was a little gross, should have brought a towel with me. But I've got to cut away into these tomatoes because they're getting just a little crazy. What I am going to show you is a very handy little tool that I've picked up for all the pipes that I'm cutting, because I was using a hacksaw, and well, here I'll just show you why and what I picked up. Well, this ought to be interesting. I'm heading off to a shop in town called Backcountry Sports. I'm going to check out their archery equipment, and hopefully I'll finish this day up with a bow fishing rig, but I've already asked on the phone, got permission to film in this store, so this should be a really interesting little video. Stick around. So I'm just upstairs here at the Backcountry Sports, and they've got this wonderful little shooting area here in the back. Upstairs, nice long range. Beat the heck out of where I was going to try it in my backyard, that's for sure.
So, Driving Bear, where are we off to? We are going on an adventure.
We are going on an adventure. We had a wicked rain and wind and lightning and thunderstorm last night that, well, of course, we had to go out adventuring in, and wouldn't you know it, we seem to have found a pontoon boat on our local little touristy beach. It's really awesome that they're willing to put themselves in harm's way just to practice to rescue an idiot who, you know, Darwin's Law would have left to be, right? But first things first, I figured I should get comfortable with it. And to do that, I figured I should test it with that homemade arrow trap that I've made. As you can see, I found my cheap old $1.25 hack and slash archery gloves, and I'm glad I've got them because they're just doing a little bit of work in my gnome garden. I've come to the opinion that I'm not really sure these tomato cages were a good idea for this particular variety of tomato. It's turning into a bit of a jungle in there. Decided to finally get rid of that shallow water culture bed that I've got going on the one aquaponic system and replace it with that old Pelican ice fishing sled that I converted to a grow bed. How many of you remember that project? So here's that old sled. Pretty simple, really. Seemed quite ideal for a grow bed at the time. Just in case you're like I was about a week ago, never even heard of one of these things before. It's actually quite simple to use, and it can save a lot of unnecessary damage to your equipment. I just figured since I've got such a beautiful afternoon here, I would test this new 45-pound recurve with the wooden archer's release that I made. Hey there everybody, JT Bear for JT's Barefoot Outdoor Adventures. Just a quick friendly note on this one. What you are about to watch is not a good idea. I'm going to do it anyway because I don't have the equipment I need and I really want to get out bow fishing. Alright, so we're out here tonight in town. There's really not a lot going on, but we figured we'd take a look around, you know, see if there's anything Blanco worthy. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in the street when you're out for a walk after maybe 1 or 3 drinks, right? Okay, moving on. 1 or 3, maybe. So what I've done since the last time I tested this, we'll call it a makeshift good idea, bad idea bow fishing kit. Consensus so far seems to be it's not a terrible idea, but I'm still a little concerned. We're all focused on the concept of sustainable living, which I think for everybody means something different. But I think the one thing a lot of people are forgetting to give due attention to is that if you want to live a sustainable life, you've got to live a life that's worth sustaining. We're going out to hunt some crocs in the wilds of British Columbia. Stick around. Alright, so I found myself a wild croc right here in the Okanagan Lake. It's a lovely sight to see in the morning. Coming out, taking the dog for a walk. So in my ever-continuing quest to expand my aquaponic garden, we found this 55-gallon drum. So I figured I would take this liquid rubber that I've got and put it to use as a sealant. You know, like it's supposed to be used. Hello everybody, this is JT Bear with a quick gardening tip. One of the things that I did a little research on this year was how to get more fruit out of my tomatoes. We're just going to take a quick look at 2 of the liquid rubber projects that have had some time to age, be tested in their application, and then sit dry for a little bit. I am very pleased with that one tomato plant, but anyway, so I never did get the wisteria out. It's not looking too good. Definitely some signs of deficiency going on there. The strawberries have started shooting runners. I decided to take advantage of some of the local British Columbia wilderness, and I am off here today to do a little target practice. Today I'm doing something super simple. I'm saving some tomato seeds so that I've got this wonderfully productive variety of tomatoes to continue planting in my aquaponics for many years to come. Alright, so basically what I did was I looked around for something I could destroy to make something I could use. Typical JT Bear fashion. I was left with a piece of rubber and some Velcro. This, presses against the hand a little bit, but like I say, this is a short-term solution. I just thought I'd show you really quickly, while I have it here, the guest that is spending a little time in my greenhouse. But this, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, is a Mimosa pudica plant. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss really quickly the fact that I've been at this aquaponic experiment for 3 years now. So I do have a few notes. You're going to see me referring to my book here from time to time, because I wanted to make sure I covered a few things that are, well, they're kind of important. As promised, I want to show you how my initial aquaponic system was set up so that I didn't have any pumps or any real plumbing, and it used zero electricity. That's the most important part of this. Zero electricity aquaponics. Hello everybody, this is JT Bear coming to you from my tiny little kitchen. Today I'm going to show you my favorite old recipe for banana bread. So what we're doing today is we were lucky enough to find a 4x4 for a whopping 300 bucks. I'm sure it's going to need a whole lot of work, but you know what? I don't mind. It's a late 80s 4x. I'm a happy camper. Hello everybody, JT Bear coming at you again from inside my little greenhouse here. I've decided to call it quits for this one main tomato plant I've got going. Starting to have some interesting issues. JT Bear here for the outdoor channel. I thought I'd show you all really quickly what I've done to create sort of a silent quiver for my bow. I think it was Dave Canterbury who had this idea up on his channel. It would have been Wilderness Outfitters or the Pathfinder channel, something like that. I thought I would share with you really quickly the flower on that sensitive plant, the Mimosa pudica. Since it's still with me, and it has gone to flower, it's incredibly beautiful, so why not share with the class, right? I'm just going to do a little bit of quick pump maintenance today, and since these things are all pretty much built along the same lines, I thought I'd video it, and maybe it'll answer a few questions for people. Well, that's something of an unexpected result. Here we have a 2-liter bottle that was turned into a fly trap of some sort, never quite completed. I'm guessing it got knocked down by the wind and we simply forgot about it.
Hi, welcome back to another very early morning. JT and I are off on yet another adventure. We're going to go and get the truck today. So, here we go. Got the coffee in hand, waiting for my best friend to come and give us a ride all the way to Kelowna so that we can go and pick up our YouTube truck. Yay! We have come to the conclusion, as I'm sure you have by now too, that in addition to muffler issues, that truck is an eyesore. Alright, so I went off. I got 6 cans of like an olive green paint. And I'm going to start painting this beast up here in the quiet of the morning. Thought I'd give you a quick update on this willow that I started about this time last year, I think. I'll have to check back on my dates and find out for sure. But it has grown up a little bit since it has been sitting in my solids filter. So this looks like the same kind of spider we've got that trapped itself in the fly trap over there. Just moved to some garden soil that's been sitting around all summer, and I guess disturbed this critter. Just thought I'd show you really quickly what's going on with that pump-free aquaponic system. I have moved it around. What a surprise, because I'm always moving things around. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. As you can see, those plants are still doing just fine. Hello everybody, JT Bear coming to you today. It is the first day of fall here in southern British Columbia, and I thought, since it's generally the time I wrap up my experiments and start fixing up the yard, that I would show you one of the sillier experiments I did this year. Hello everybody, welcome to Bear in the Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how I made this quick and easy green garden salsa. I did a bit of a harvest in the garden today, and I've got some beautiful fresh green onions. I've got some
chili peppers, green chili peppers. It started to change color, but you know, not too many of them. And I've got a whole bunch of green tomatoes here. Today we are going to be making some fabulous and simple grape jelly. Focus, focus. We're out in our little Nissan, which has sort of kind of officially received a name.
Yay!
Here's the deal, people. We asked you for a name for the truck, and nobody gave us anything. We asked for a name for a Spider, and Dew gave us Herman. So now, the truck is now Herman, the Sherman tank, our YouTube truck. I just thought today I would give you a final update on the Highlander, the one fish fry that remains, out of 70 some. But anyway, it's going to be the final update on the fish fry because he's going into sort of a general population situation now. I got some friends. I don't believe any animal should really be alone, even a goldfish. Was out the other day doing a little pond shopping around. Was looking for a couple of cartoons, I'll be honest. Chicken Run and Surf's Up. Excellent cartoons. Never going to grow up in that aspect. Didn't find them. What I did find was I found some of these arrowheads. Just kind of carrying on in the questioning series of just what will my goldfish actually eat. This is supposed to be a closed loop system. A lot of people run their aquaponics feeding their fish assorted types of duckweed, and since the nursery was selling a whole bunch of stuff at discount, I figured I would pick up a whole bunch of duckweed. Been asked to give kind of a quick rundown on just how much it's cost to set up this whole aquaponic garden, and I'll be honest, I haven't really been keeping track. But it's a matter of a cost versus benefits analysis, so I can totally understand that. I thought I'd show you kind of what I'm doing to my first garden here because, well, this is kind of the last huzzah for that one, so let's get started. Those of you who have been watching my channel for, well, the last couple of years have seen this bed throughout most of that. It was just brought to my attention that apparently when I demonstrated how I made my little wooden archer's release, I was not very clear in demonstrating how to use it. So this super quick video is just going to be me showing you that. I'm going to run inside, grab Chox, get her to do some camera work so we can get better angles. Now, this is not the prettiest shed in the world. It's poorly built, poorly situated, and it's pretty much looked like this since we moved in because, to quote the landlord, previous tenant built it, I don't care what you do with it. So today I am moving my plants around. You can see I've got rather a lot of Folgers cans all set up. They've all got their little hoses. I didn't even put liquid rubber on there, I just kind of shoved them in. Today we're carving a jack-o'-lantern with some archery equipment. Let's play. Alright, so the first one I'm going to try here is that expandable rod head because I'm just curious.
I don't know, JT made me do it. I'm loving it. I've actually nailed the pumpkin a couple of times. So let's see how I do under pressure. Yeah! Score!
My digital pH meter finally arrived, and well, I was going to read out the instructions for this. It occurred to me that's just not very nice. Here we have the pH pen itself. I'll take a better look at that in a second. Just thought we'd do a really quick follow-up to that whole pH meter that I picked up the other day. I totally fouled my tests by not rinsing it in between, and this time I've got some tap water to do just that, and to give us the opportunity to find out just what the tap water's reading. With any luck, nobody on City Council watches my videos anyway. Check these out. These are so purple, they're almost a black, but they do start off as green. And I've been dying to get a hold of somebody to just see if I can save some of these seeds. But today, we discovered that I can in fact make turkey. Check it out. As always, if I can make it, you can make it. So come along, stay tuned, and find out what I did to this poor bird. Just doing a little pre-winter work in here today. Thought I'd share with you this year's mad science approach. Been chipping up a lot of wood in the backyard. Decided to make use of that here in the greenhouse. I'm not going to get much heat out of it, but apparently I can use it as a bit of an insulation, so. Hello everybody, JT Bear. It's a little bit of a rainy day today, just outside my aquaponic greenhouse, but I tell you, pretty nice inside. I just thought I'd give everybody kind of a rundown and do a for the record on what the point and purpose of this whole no power aquaponic garden is. As you can see, the catmint is doing incredibly well. Move the oregano back here and got some really nice looking new growth on there. So I'm very happy about this. This is a very spicy type of oregano. Coming at you from the floor of my little entryway here because I got an incredibly awesome piece of mail. Let me give you a little bit of backstory about this. Since we tore down the old shed, decided to pick this one up here. As always, on sale, nice and cheap. 10 by 10 by 8. Says it's easy enough to put together. I'm sure I'll put that to the test. Let's just find out if I can do it. This is not really cooking so much in this particular case as budgeting and trying to have more to cook. If you guys are like me and trying to save a couple bucks on the grocery bill and still have meat in your diet, then this might come in handy. Welcome to Bear in the Kitchen, and today we are going to make spin dip. Alright, stay tuned. It's really simple and pretty darn tasty. Hello everybody, JT Bear here on this rather blustery fall day, so please bear with me if the wind kicks in the middle of anything I happen to be trying to say. I'm just doing a quick update on what's going on in the yard here today, closing down the gnome garden. That's not really what I want to talk to you about today. Today, I'm going to finally get into checking to see if any seeds can be gathered from my community garden seed raid. I love heading out and seeing an osprey. Apparently we're not the only ones taking fish here at the moment. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me over the wind, but these are the carp that drive me batty. Thought I would show you all really quickly what's going on here early November in my aquaponic system. I, as always, have decided to keep it running 24/7, 12 months a year, which is kind of foolish since this is in Canada, but I have sprouts, look. In all of my years here, I have never noticed any of these pods forming before, and I was always kind of, curious to know what wisteria seeds looked like. So here we have one example. I gotta say, it seems a little bit silly to be making a video about pot roast, but then I got to thinking about when I moved out and didn't want to talk to anybody about, look man, how do I make this roast? You made it for years and I never watched. Hey there everybody, it's an unusual video this time around. I don't normally film things in the washroom of my house, but I needed somewhere big and waterproof that I could plug in this waterfall garden and test the plumbing, and this is what I got. Hello everybody, JT Bear here. I'm just going to make some quick changes to the no power aquaponic garden, which will probably be referred to as the NPAG from now on because it's a lot to type in a title. Hello everybody, JT Bear. I'm in the greenhouse today because I'm going to try and transfer that little pepper from the no power aquaponics garden into something I can take into the house. Figured you might be interested. If you're not, it's a good time to click away. I just thought I'd bring you along for this test today. I keep talking about how I want to get a better underwater shot with the underwater camera and show you how the fish are doing. So here's what I've kind of designed. Hello everybody, JT Bear here. We're just inside in my little indoor pepper garden. I'm still working on my shot setup and my lighting, so bear with me. I know starting seeds in November is a little bit crazy, but since I'm going to have plants indoors anyway, I might as well try and get a bit of a jump on some other plants that I want to have. Just doing a little quick work on the no power aquaponic garden, and I thought I would show you guys just some of the extra maintenance that goes along with this. Basically the downfall of not having electricity doing most of it for us is that we have to go back to doing it ourselves. I've been doing a little work on my indoor garden, as you can sort of see back there. Decided to take some of those 4-gallon buckets that I have kicking around from in that old shed and cut them down a little bit. Do for now anyway. That pepper certainly seems a little bit happier. Ooh, coffee in the microwave. In my excitement for my indoor gardening adventure, I have taken things, as usual, more than a little bit too far. First off, we've got the seeds from the pink banana. Interesting looking little things. I'm out in my little aquaponic greenhouse to test a product that Chox gave me. I asked her the other day, hey, do we have a spare spray bottle kicking around that I can use to water the indoor pepper garden? And this is what she gave me. A foldable spray bottle. What can I say? I love my hot peppers, so since I've got an indoor pepper garden now, I've decided to rummage around and see just how many different varieties of pepper seeds I can find. Turns out, there's quite a few. You can always tell it's cold when I start pulling out the toques, but last night we got down to -10 here locally, and I want to show you kind of what's going on in my greenhouse, because it's not really a greenhouse, it's a hoop house, right? I don't heat it. So, yeah. Alright everybody, I came out to check my greenhouse this morning, and kind of something of a tragedy. I'll show you. That's not a happy sight. So when I came out here into my squishy greenhouse this morning, so it's 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm out here in my little greenhouse, just kind of real curious to check and see how the heat is. I've got the temperature gun, and I've got my camera, and let's hope for the best. Alright, well, if I'm going to try and retain any of the heat in here, I'm going to have to start by cleaning up this greenhouse, because it's, well, you guys know it's a mess, right? It's like 2 degrees away from chaos, but that's how I live my life. Makes it entertaining. Always something happening, right? Anyway, hello everybody, JT Bear here. This is, I think, the 3rd and final day of the crisis. I seem to have things well and truly in hand, so now it's just going to be regular greenhouse updates. But I think I can honestly say this is the most prepped for winter my greenhouse has ever been. I thought we'd take a little bit of a break from the chilly greenhouse, and I would show you what's going on with my indoor pepper garden so far, and I've actually got a little bit of good news. So let's start with that. I've kind of gotten a lot of flack over the last like 2.5 years from, you know, some people because I don't grow real crops. I grow a lot of herbs. In particular, I grow a lot of mint. Let me show you why. It is stupid o'clock in the morning here, and I've just got enough light to come outside and finally check. Just see how the water temperature is doing in my fish tank. I'll show you just how warm it is on the thermometer over there in the corner of my greenhouse. And then we'll take a look at the tanks. Now that does read in Celsius, so as you can tell, that is too flippin' cold for my taste. Happy little find today. I was doing a little tidying up, trying to make space and have a more presentable studio around me for this indoor stuff. And I found a purchase that Chox and I had made just ages ago at the Art Naps when it was clearing out a whole bunch of stuff. So probably last fall.
Not ready yet. I need to get closer.
Hello everybody, JT Bear here. I thought I'd share with you a quick look into what's going on in the pepper garden, and we've got a bit of news that may or may not be of interest, so I figured I'll share that now too. For the most part, the plants seem to be coming along fairly well in here. But anyway, as the geese go by, proof it's Canada. Those things are close enough I could reach up and grab them. Anyway, here's the deal. LBS could stand for Let's Be Serious or Less Bullshit. It really all depends on what mood I'm in that day. I see a lot of things when I'm surfing around on the web that frankly piss me right to... I've come to a point where, well, why not share it? Because really, I bet you I'm not the only person. And what really needs to happen with a lot of things going on in society today is people need to get talking about these things. Alright, well, JT Bear, Chox TheMuse, we finally got around to checking that hot pepper. Check it out.
Here we go. Upside down.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Alright, so this was your idea. And, yeah, we're recording.
Hi.
Hello everybody, JT Bear out in my greenhouse today. Just thought we'd actually take a look around and I'd give you a quick update on some of the things that are going on here. Some of it interesting, some of it, I don't know, not so much. But anyway, let's go. Just thought I'd check in with you really quickly and kind of let you know what my plans are as far as the man crafting projects over the fall and winter. Keeping myself busy in here, keeping warm, and you know, let you know where the channel's going to be heading over the next couple of months. Even though I didn't really think there'd be a lot of greenhouse updates, I figured I'd kind of show you what's going on, because I've made a surprising bit of progress and my fish are surprisingly happy. As you can tell, I still haven't completed a more proper greenhouse structure. Alright, well, as much as I don't want to hack back those peppers, it looks like the time has come and I've got very little choice. They seem to be fairly strong though, and it should be a good opportunity for them to develop some root strength, right? I am super excited today. I just got back from what is basically like my favorite version of a candy store. For those of you who don't know, that means I just came back from the Art Naps Plantland here in Penticton. Anybody good with their Latin? Want to tell me how that's supposed to be enunciated? In point of fact, I actually had two interesting discoveries about this yesterday. The first is that this particular version of the prickly pear cactus is only going to grow to be about 4 inches tall, and it's going to spread out. So I'll get the pretty flowers, but if I do get fruit, it's going to be tiny. Well, hello everybody. JT Bear here. It's Canada, so I suppose these things are to be expected, but just came outside this morning, more than a little nervous to check the greenhouse, so let's go do that. Had a little fun, went out shopping, added a little bit to the indoor garden, and sorry for the wobbly camera, can't quite find the tripod. So I've decided to join the indoor aquaponic craze, and I've only just begun, obviously. Check out these lovely temperatures. Scan up above the coffee cup there, and what do we got? Penticton weather. Minus 12.6 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy. That works out to 9.32 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, that's just more than a little too cold to be outside garden. I don't know how many of you have seen the picture of a thing of Crisco with a wick sticking out the middle of it, and apparently it's supposed to make a great emergency candle and or heat source. So what I've done, well, I'll show you what I've done because that's just more my style. I really appreciate all the interaction with you guys. When you comment down below in the various videos and stuff with your various bits of advice or your little quippets or whatever, it's really some of the best parts of my day, and I can't thank you enough for all of your interaction. It's been absolutely fabulous. I have learned so much from you guys so far, and hopefully I've been able to impart a little bit of knowledge along the way myself.
Oh, you poured shooters.
Yeah, I did, because I'm going to have one after.
That is going to increase the heat of the pepper. We already know this from experience.
Yes, I know. Oh, you're recording. Oh, well, that would have been good information. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is going to be really quick and a little confused. I was just talking with Chox about the indoor pepper plants, and as you know, we have those little, I'm no longer thinking they're aphids. Who was it? I think it was Trollforge pointed me out to the fact that they kind of look like mealybugs. Look those up on Wikipedia because Troll is awesome about giving me links.
Good morning, JT.
Good morning.
Vlogmas Day 3, are we ready?
I think it's Vlogmas Day 4.
Well, we're making a mess of it.
Vlogmas Day question mark.
We do have a beta tank on hand, so let's go have a look at what he did with it. Yeah, this is the beta tank.
Alright. Doesn't smell that bad.
It's so creepy.
I believe it is the 6th of December, so we are getting closer to my happiest day of the year, which is of course the 21st, because the days start getting longer at that point, and we start getting closer to gardening season. But until then, let's see what's going on in my not quite frozen greenhouse. Well, hello everybody, JT Bear coming at you. I've got a bit of a toy I wanted to show you today, because I've been noticing that my face seems really big every time I try and get some conversation going on with the camera, as it were. This is the second one of these I got. I liked the first one I got so much that when I saw it on sale again for 20 bucks, I couldn't resist. And, that is $20 locally, so sure, if you look around, you can probably find it for a lot less. But, yeah, I figured it was worth a yuppie food stamp. So, let's check it out. There's our little mountain shrimp hiding out underneath the pump. Just hanging around. Well, hello everybody, it is JT Bear. Thought we'd do a quick little update today on what's going on with my indoor garden and fish tanks and such. Well, I woke up this morning to find this hiding underneath the army guy, which might explain why the shrimp has been hiding in the pump the whole time. So here you can see, through the glare, let's put some shade over that, my freshly molted mountain shrimp. See if I can get a better angle on that.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Hello everybody, JT Bear here today. It's a beautiful sunshiny day, so I'm actually hanging out in the front yard for a change. Thought I'd show you how things are advancing with those indoor peppers. A lot of you know I've been fighting those stupid little white bugs. One thing I did try with a few of the pepper plants is to put them outside into the cold, because it's not currently freezing these days. It's bloody cold, but it's not freezing. I'm just having a little bit of fun today. We went down to Quality Greens, which is where we get our fruit and veg from, and I found a papaya for like $1.50. It's not in the greatest shape, but the seeds look pretty good, so while it's wildly inappropriate to try and grow papayas in British Columbia, I'm going to try anyway, because that's what I do. Kind of a rundown on what the situation was with the muffler in that old Nissan of ours, and I will, but it's gotten a little worse than that. We've decided, like I said earlier, the truck's just not worth fixing. So we were booting along to storage one day, and I gave it a little bit of a kick to make it into traffic, and wouldn't you know it, muffler fell off. Well, here we have a pineapple. And, I'm sure we've all heard that you can just plant the top of a pineapple into the ground and it will grow a new pineapple. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the top off of this, plunk it in, more or less. Good morning everybody, it's JT Bear here today. Today is the 22nd of December, so it's officially the first day of winter here in Canada. I thought we should take a look in the greenhouse, and I would show you guys how everybody's doing, and then we'd take a look while I'm feeding my little golden piranhas. Let's get started. Hey there everybody, JT Bear coming to you from inside the house. I'm doing a little work on the fish tank today, so we'll take a look at that in a second. But I just came back from the Total Pet, where I picked up 3, I think, live plants to go into the fish tank, because it's my understanding that little mountain shrimp is going to be a lot happier with some plants to hide in. Hello everybody, it is JT Bear coming to you this evening. I have a delightful smelling box here that I got to pick up at the post office box today, and it comes to me from a wonderful spirit I know as Hippie Chick. Hello everybody, JT Bear here. I just thought today we would take a look at this pineapple top that I planted, because I'm pretty sure this one is a bust. I was checking it out the other day, and look at that. I think this soil is just holding far too much. I can't focus. Focus. So here we are, in theory, testing the new Samsung Tab thing, and gonna see how that works for vlogging. It's got some video issues with light, but we have issues with light filming in here with the other cameras, so that's not really anything new, is it? So, some fish tank in negative.